that you got players getting hit by cars, making jokes about it, missing 3 to 4 weeks, making jokes about that, and superstars getting burglarized. On the subject of crime, the NHL's got to do something about it. Gary, we talked to you to bring joy, talk about what a beautiful sport's going on. And now, our dear friend Gary, you got to get your league in order. You got to get crime under control. And yeah, that suggests I'm saying that your players are criminals, but that's not what I mean. I mean that you got players getting hit by cars, making jokes about it, missing 3 to 4 weeks, making jokes about that, and superstars getting burglarized. It's a shame because it's a beautiful sport. We love it, and we want to clean up our sheets.
I've never seen anybody in my entire life take being hit by a car less seriously than Emil Heineman. We told you yesterday on yesterday's show, Emil Heineman was hit by a car in Utah before last night's Montreal game. He was hit the day before, but out 3 to 4 weeks, which suggests pretty serious injury. If you're getting hit by a car and you're out for 4 weeks, suggests probably something's like broken or something. No, Emil Heineman got hit by a car, allegedly just walked away from the scene, exchanged information with the person driving the car, who, by the way, was a Utah highway employee.
Who totaled their car.
They totaled their car?
That's what Martin St. Louis suggested.
Oh, my God.
This guy's a fucking tank. That's the only thing.
He got hit by a car. That person totaled their car, walked away from the scene, went to team doctors, and was supposed to go to lunch. Or no, supposed to go to dinner with some teammates. Texted them. What did he say? He said he missed dinner and said, I got a quote-unquote funny story.
Yes. Hand up. It might have been a joke from Martin St. Louis that the car was totaled.
That sounds about right. If you total your car on a human being and that human being's still alive, that is a superhero.
The quote from Marty is, Emil is doing well. It's unlucky, especially considering the way Emil plays. He doesn't play with white gloves, and he gets injured walking down the street. It's bizarre, but it sounds like the car was totaled. I don't know if that's a joke or not.
It's impossible to tell.
I mean, I guess there's always a situation where like you clip somebody and then you're trying to like adjust real fast because you're about to hit somebody and then you crash into like a pole or something like that. Like it doesn't necessarily, you could have hit him
true.
And
like,
then totaled your car.
A majority of the damage didn't necessarily have to come when the car hit Heineman.
Several of his teammates were at the team hotel playing cards when a message from Heineman popped up on their group chat. I've got a funny story for you guys, Canadiens forward Michael Pizzetta remembers the message stating, and we were like, wait a minute, what? According to a report from Salt Lake City Police, Heineman left the scene of the accident and was not present when police arrived. Is Heineman doing a hit and run on the car?
And run?
No, like the car was driving. Heineman was like, pussy, and then just like totaled the car and walked off. The team's hotel was 2 blocks away. The Canadiens said Heineman has left the team as they begin a road trip with game. Seeing as there's an investigation underway by the Utah Highway Patrol, the Canadiens could not comment any further on the incident, but you just know the Canadiens were dying to comment on something and be helpful. Heineman, 23, yeah.
The Utah Highway Patrol, one of their employees was the person driving the car, which is why they are investigating the incident.
It was a state employee, I believe, is the exact.
Okay. I hope it's a cop. Am I allowed to say that?
Well,
it would be very funny.
Did we ever talk about on the show how we got yelled at by Salt Lake City Police?
We did not talk about that, I don't think.
Stick in the plot.
Very, very aggressive Utah police just enforcing jaywalking, which now that makes sense, maybe. It makes a little bit more sense. Can't jaywalk in Utah, you might get hit by a car.
People in the chat note that newer cars get more damaged easily. I believe that. Legendary chatter, Catherine, I believe, said that, yes, LTI car. I love that. There's question of there being a reverse hit from Ducks for Cup 2029. That's a good timeline. I'm on board with that. Frank's still going to be there? I don't know. Maybe coach, something like that. This is a textbook case of elbowing. Yeah, it's just very weird that somebody was hit by a car. And Pete, as you said, the only thing that's going down is jokes. I understand if we were making jokes about it, but like the principals are making jokes about it.
Especially when a player is out for 4 weeks and has been a really important part of that team and what's made them successful. Like the Canadiens are on the up. This guy just got smoked by a car, is out for 4 weeks and is like, hilarious.
If there is video of this, we need a Department of Player Safety breakdown.
Yes. We're getting, somebody
Give the
says
car
that
5
Salt
games.
Lake City police suck. They're the worst that I've ever seen. Unfortunately, there's a lot of documented other candidates for that throughout America.
Certainly.
I hope that every policeman can do the best job keeping everybody safe without harming citizens. Matt Rempe has been suspended 10 games, says somebody.
That's right.
Rempe was driving the car.
That would be Matt Rempe's least controversial hit. If he just ran another player over with his car.
Yeah.
So that's the Heineman of it all. Let's get to the burglarization of Evgeni Malkin, because if you've been following the news, which we're nothing if not newsmen, players and athletes are getting burglarized left and right. Malkin's home was burglarized recently over the weekend, something like that.
Yeah.
And 3 of his rings are missing. He is now back down to 0. He is now looking for his first ring and maybe his second and his third if he can catch the crooks who did it. Here's a news report from Pittsburgh.
Tell KDKA all 3 of Evgeni Malkin's championship rings were taken. Malkin won those rings with the Penguins in 2009, 2016, and 2017. Sources tell me Malkin's home in Sewickley Heights was broken into Saturday. I'm told the back door was kicked in at Malkin's home. The alarm system and cameras happened to be down. And apparently Malkin's safe was kept open. The Penguins had a 4 p.m. home game against the Ottawa Senators that same day. Sources say the first 911 call came in a few hours later. Allegheny County Police confirm they're investigating a burglary in that area. A spokesperson tells KDKA they're looking to speak with anyone who might know something. Malkin joins a growing list of professional athletes being...
Yeah, so
First of all, that news report sounded like it was written by ChatGPT.
it was suspicious. And I think I edited it down and sent the wrong file, so sorry that was a long thing. But the headlines there, alarm system happened to be down at a time when teams are getting warned by the FBI.
The FBI.
Put your star players on notice. Does Evgeni Malkin, so either, I'm not suggesting an inside job, your words, not mine.
I wasn't gonna suggest an inside job, but I was gonna say if this happened to somebody who wasn't a millionaire athlete, everyone would be thinking it was an inside job.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
saying.
Marc-Andre Fleury famously loves his pranks.
Yeah,
That should be
everybody's
an
just
awesome prank.
everybody's just he's the first suspect. But my question is, does Evgeni Malkin not consider himself a superstar anymore? That the Penguins were warned by the FBI, hey, they're targeting superstars. They've gotten Mahomes, they've gotten Kelsey, they've even gotten our guy Tyler Seguin.
I mean, he's not winning a Selkie anytime soon with those defensive tactics. I mean, you got to have some layer of resistance. Your security system is down, and you leave your safe open. What the hell?
Yeah, I saw some people in the chat took it differently, so now I'm not sure if they were suggesting that they found the safe left open when like the cops got there.
Let's run it back.
No, I guess they said the safe was left open.
Yeah, they said the safe was found left open was the word they used. So I don't know if
Hand up.
regardless,
We don't know what we're talking about.
got to have your cameras up. I blame primarily the person who did the robbery. Secondarily, Evgeni Malkin. We are at a point where athletes are getting robbed left and right. If you're a pro athlete, especially when you're Evgeni Malkin in Pittsburgh, you are the second biggest athlete in the city of Pittsburgh. Got to know that people are watching. Got to know people are
Third
looking.
biggest athlete in the city of Pittsburgh.
Mike Tomlin.
Behind.
You got TJ Watt. You got Sidney Crosby.
I think Malkin's bigger than TJ Watt.
What?
He won three Stanley Cups there. TJ Watt
I
hasn't
think
done
for
anything.
us, Malkin is bigger. For the earth,
I mean, in the streets right now, sure, TJ Watt might be a little hotter. But in terms of like Pittsburgh athlete legacy, he's the second biggest active athlete.
it's scarred in my brain. I've probably told the story a million times. I was walking down the street in Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh, walked by Sidney Crosby and seemingly his parents, and nothing, nobody.
I think that's just a Midwest respect type of thing. Because I think the same thing would happen in Buffalo.
Oh, Paul Skeens, as chat points out too. Paul Skeens.
He's definitely got he's the fastest riser for sure.
We'll say Malkin's at least
Top
on
4.
the Mount Rushmore of current famous Pittsburgh athletes, and probably should protect his crib as a result.
More my point. Yeah.
So on that point, you said that he's never winning the Selke with those type of defensive tactics. Olivia said that he should be in the running for Lady Byng because he made it easy.
That's true.
He was very gentlemanly.
Very gentlemanly.
Whoever this was.
Also,
So here's the deal. He definitely left the safe open because they kicked down his back door. They're going in with force and they're going in loud. There's no way that they tapped into a safe, like cracked a safe while kicking in the back door. If you can pick a safe, you can pick a lock.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Very dodgeball coded.
That's right. He left the safe open.
Yeah, I mean, and regardless.
What was the safe wearing, Sean?
I'm absolutely victim blaming for sure.
Yes, I am 100%. It's like, I don't know, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. You got to have, first off, the ring's got to be the thing you keep the most safe.
Like safe deposit box kind of safe.
Yeah, and you got to have your cameras running. Like, what's the point of fucking having them if you're not going to have them up?
Well, famously, cameras are a lot of times bought as a deterrent, so much so that they sell like $30 fake cameras that just have a blinking light so people see them and say, I don't want to mess with those. Yeah. I would say get real cameras.
Yes.
Have them running and recording.
Especially when there is like an epidemic of athletes.
That's my
what's
point.
Crazy to me.
Like, you got to know, and I get that if you're Evgeni Malkin in the grand scheme of pro athletes across the country, you're probably not very high up on that list. But as we were slightly joking about before the show, Tyler Seguin got fucking robbed, and you're certainly bigger than him. Like, you got to know, and within the context of the city you live in, you're one of the biggest athletes. You got to know.
And it's not like a Pittsburgh hockey star had a heist involved with him last year.
That's the other thing I was going to say. This is not the first crime that's happened to a Pittsburgh hockey player.
This is unbelievable. 2 straight years, there's been a massive crime wave that has affected a Pittsburgh star.
We all silly like the mayor.